ADHD is a superpower. Now, I'm neurotypical, and there's folks out there who are neuroatypical. I won't get into all the reasons why we have that language, but I think that's extremely helpful language. Neurodivergent, neurotypical, neuroatypical. Very helpful language. Um, but folks with ADHD have superpowers. Do you believe me? I believe me. I believe me. I'm convinced by me. Um, but that's only when folks with ADHD can find, identify, and discover the environments that maximize their ADHD strengths. Otherwise, if you don't find that environment, ADHD will be your biggest weakness. Um, so I think in order for you to be able to maximize the superpowers that your ADHD gives you, this is going to sound a little goofy, okay? Sound a little weird, but stuff we do in therapy that's helpful. I want you to name your ADHD. That's so weird. That's so strange. Weird stuff, right? But name it. Um, so let's say you name your ADHD Darla, for example. Yes, I'm thinking of the love interest of Alfalfa. Um, and if you don't know Alfalfa and Darla and Spanky, um, I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but go Google those terms and you'll find a delightful content movies for kids. Um, but I want you to name your ADHD. I'm going to name mine Darla. I don't have it, but for the sake of the conversation, I do. And then I want you to hold a conversation with your personified ADHD and say, Darla, what do you need in this situation? Where are you struggling? Essentially, what I want you to have is exercise some self compassion and some understanding, because I think folks with ADHD, they have so much shame and they have so much self judgment and self criticism. And if only they knew how powerful they are. Um, and it's exciting to see someone with ADHD finally discover that environment that unleashes their superpowers, and all that shame just dissolves and they feel really empowered and effective and competent in those certain environments. I want that so much for every person with ADHD. For once in your life, find the find the environment that maximizes your strength. Once in your life, that's my prayer. Please let those people find that at least once. Because if you never find that, you just walk around thinking you're terrible, and you're not. And I say this as someone who's sat across from hundreds of folks with ADHD. Um, and then, consider different tools. Medication is a really powerful, stimulants are really powerful. I'm not a pill pusher, but I'm not a pill denier either. Stimulants are very effective. They're the gold standard of treatment for ADHD. It's not right for everybody. I've heard so many countless stories of folks say, "Well, I got on Ritalin, in the '90s or something when I was a kid, and it killed my personality, destroyed my creativity. I lost my drive. Was I able to turn in the stupid homework assignment on time? Yeah, but everything else about my life just kind of dimmed. There was a dark cloud over my head." That's not the right medication for you. I don't care if it made you more productive and allowed you to turn the assignment in on time. If it sucked the soul out of you, it's not the right medication. And maybe there's another medication out there with less side effects, doesn't suck the soul out of you, and still allows you to focus and turn stuff in on time. So have a conversation with Darla, or you name it. Hold court with Darla, and then ask your ADHD what it needs, and be compassionate and understanding. Have a curiosity based conversation with your own ADHD and try to investigate what it needs and what would make it happy and most effective, and stop judging and criticizing it. And then it's kind of do a quid pro quo. Give a little bit to it and it'll give a little back. If you fight with it, then you're in this power struggle where you're resisting, and then you give in and it takes over. And that's not good, right? Because one way of thinking about ADHD is it's an interest-based reward system or an interest-based priority system. So it's going to choose what's interesting and not what's necessary, not what's the highest priority, what's the most effective or meaningful or, top goal. It just chooses what, catches your attention. So stop fighting with your ADHD and hold court, name it, have a conversation, engage with it in a meaningful, productive, helpful way. Ask it what it needs. Ask it if it can give you a little bit of what you need, and then start working with it. If you don't work with it, it will work against you.